Hello, this is Iron Bill back again with another video. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach this time. I'm going to show you a different PvP layout that I'm doing. This is actually a pretty popular one that's out there, but one of my clanmates has been running this and has been really enjoying it, so I thought I'd give it a spin. I'd been doing Solar Warlock pretty much all week long, and I wanted to really get into that play style and to give it a chance so I'd learn some things about it. I finally got my dodge set up on that. I don't know. It's not for me, I don't think. I'm still not very effective with that. It's just not my playstyle. Now, maybe I can make it that way, but for now it's not. So, I thought I'd go over my arc layout here. First, very quickly, I prefer Storm Trance, Chaos Reach. I can't see very well with that. I'm doing a Healing Rift, Strafe Glide, Ball Lightning, for the melee. That's fine. And the pulse grenade. I could see an argument for maybe a storm grenade, something like that, but I don't know. This is coming from PvE, so you understand this may not be the best PvP grenade. The jury's out on that. Doing Arc Soul, Arc Aspect, doing the Electrostatic Mind, and what I want here are ionic traces. And I want arc souls coming out of my rift. Also, Spark of Instinct. While critically wounded, taking damage emits a burst of damaging arc energy that jolts targets. That's important if you're surrounded by enemies, which I almost always am. And then Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. I think you can see a theme here. Defeating a blinded target with precision damage creates a blinding explosion. And then Spark of Volts finishers make you amplified. Now, I don't expect to get a lot of finishers, but I wanted the plus 10 recovery. Because the other part of this is, I really want to build into recovery and discipline. These are my two priorities. My third priority would probably be strength, but I have to prioritize these two. I can see I can give up 5 points here. I'm going to have to look at my grenade again to make sure that I am not overusing points there. I'd like, for instance, instead of a +3, I could go with a +1 or 2, I think it is, on grenade. Let's see what that stat is. Like, say, if I want to pick up something here, I could drop that down to a 1, and it wouldn't hurt me at all, see? So now I'm at 101, and I could actually pick up another big perk here if I want to do it. I'm going to play around with that. I'll see which one I need to do that with. So, anyway, stat increases, arc targeting, and radiant light. Of course, I'm using Getaway Artist. Consuming your arc grenade grants an arc soul and amplifies you. Arc dexterity, arc loader, and a kinetic loader. I'm using both arc and kinetic weapons, so that makes sense. Unflinching arc aim. I'm tripling down on that. Recuperation, absolution, and strand scavenger. And I was doing that because I was running a strand, but I'm going to have to change that probably to void. I'm going to do that now. Let's go Void Scavenger. Yeah, makes more sense. This grenade launcher is a little bit better than the one I was using before, which was a stasis one or a strand one. So yeah. And then finally, Reaper, Bomber, Time Dilation. This is probably not the best setup, but it's what I'm going with. I'm okay with Bomber. I'm okay with this. I don't know about Reaper. Yeah, I just don't know about that for sure. Alright, so starting with the weapons, Memory Interdict, Clown Cartridge, Chain Reaction. I like that because if I land it around people, it's going to chain out to anyone close. And then Spike Grenades for the big blast, or Strong Blast. Probably ought to think about Quick Launch on that instead of Hard Launch. I'm going to switch that up too. And probably will Masterwork this. Might as well. If I'm going to use it, might as well pop that up real quick. Get a little bit better handling out of it. There we go. And I don't know. Yeah, I think I want to go with quick access on that one. That's what I'm going to do for now. All right, so obviously centrifuge. And I have the catalyst for that. So sprinting, sliding, and firing this weapon builds a temporary electrostatic charge, increasing range and reload speed. Final blows with high charge cause explosions, and maximum charge explosions blind targets. Now, if you recall, I'm also using the I'm also using this one. Spark of Brilliance. Defeating a blinded target with precision damage creates a blinding explosion, and I expect that to happen a bit. And then, of course, Wastelander M5. Now, I just got this up to level 16, and I need to re-roll it. This is an okay roll. It's not the best roll, and I'm going to be asking around for some tips on that. This is a good shotgun. It's a little inconsistent as this one is rolled, so I'm going to have to be looking for perks that'll make that a little bit better, I think. So with that said, that's pretty much what I have in terms of my Warlock in this setup. That fully explains it. So I'm going to show you a short little match here. I'm going to kill this. And then we're going to pop over to the play. So let's watch it in action. This is Vostok, I think, coming up. And I'm going to tell you, probably not the best place. Oh, no, it's not Vostok. It is... What is that? Well, it's not Vostok. I've played Vostok a lot today, so I guess I had that on my mind.
And hold them to your last breath.
Alright, so the big thing about this playstyle is mobility. And I'm getting aggressive. I'm going to go for B right away because, you know, this is where the fight's going to be. Consume my grenade so I get the arc turret and just wait for the first people to come through. Going to push in. Take that down.
Zone A lost. They have advantage. Zone advantage is yours.
Yeah, I haven't watched this again since I played it, so if I'm a little off on the commentary, it's just me kind of remembering what I did. Now I need to back up, obviously. See, it doesn't feel like my recovery is as quick as it was with the solar setup, but it truly is. I just don't have the ability to instantly get it by, you know, dropping to the ground. I got to be careful here. I saw the sniper. Not going to re-challenge that.
You have advantage.
Not immediately. And I didn't see him over to the right. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of space because they are starting to press, and I want to be able to come back into it with a running start. And that's, once again, where I need to work on my aim speed. And I think eventually I get myself taken out here. And there it is. Nope. Get out of trouble. And I tried to disengage before I just gave up a life. It's one of our guys. We've got our numbers. We should push. I see the heavy on the ground there.
Enemy has zone advantage.
And watch this little play. Now I know I'm going to die.
If you fight together, nothing.
But I'm going to use that heavy.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
And there's a sniper back there, and they can just have that. I don't have the numbers to back it up. They'll team shoot me. This gun doesn't have the range to take on like the long range weapons from there. I know they're going to come to B, and I'm just waiting for it.
You have advantage.
And then they didn't. Now any other team would have come right at B from A, and I was in perfect position. Then I see my guy run across there. I can't pronounce that name. Rank 4. I figure, well, now I got to push up. And they just aren't moving from A. And I think we kind of pinned their ears back a little bit, and they were afraid to do too much. I just about gave up that kill. And I still don't know how... So that's what I'm talking about with that shotgun. There's no way that missed. There's no way that missed. That was my first death. I thought, okay, let's just put that away. He's here somewhere. My teammate must have got him. I know they're up to the right, but I see the heavy. And I realize if I don't get out of there, I'm going to die. And if it had been a better player, I would have died. They don't get... He should have pressed right away. I've got my arc buddies, and he has to go or he's going to die. And then my teammate cleans him up from the other side. Now we do have the heavy.
Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
And again, if they're not going to fight over the heavy, I'm not going to get out of this, I don't think. And then somehow I do. He goes for B, and I didn't realize that at the time. I thought, okay, we're going to play Ring Around the Rosie. And usually I lose those with the weapon setup I have, like earlier with the Warlock, when I hit him point blank and somehow he still managed to kill me, as if he took no damage at all. But this is really good about shutting down multiple people. With most weapons, I oftentimes get into 1-for-1 trades. I took on 3 right there at close range. And this is especially important when you have shotgun rushers and... Here we go. Now watch this. I think this is where I... Maybe not. Okay. Played a lot of... I've played like hours of PvP today, so it's all melding together. Alright, maybe this is it. Watch this. Now, I'm getting out of there because he's... And then the guy chases me. And I'm thinking, what are you thinking? And I'll take that. And what was that, 5? I'll take that any day of the week. I get 5 out of a super before I die, you bet. And that really just kind of pushed it away from them. There was no hope after that.
Enemy has zone advantage. Triple down.
And then he decides to get out of there, and it's too late for him. Yeah, so you see how effective that setup actually is. Now, were they a good team? No. We were definitely on the dishing side of that one. And there's kind of a bad side of this too, and you'll see it here in a second. I'll pause it there. Yeah, I had a good match there, but a lot of my matches today were like terrible blowouts. I mean, and I'm on the receiving side of it. I just happen to be on the winning side of that one. And but I wanted to showcase how the weapons work. But the point I'm trying to make is the matchmaking today has just been awful. And I've been in a lot of matches where it would be 3, 4, 5 against the other side, and of course I'm on that side. And you know, matches where we're blown out by 90 points and just some awful or 60 or whatever the break point is whenever they finally cap it. But it just kept happening, and I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to play and we'll see where it goes and how bad it can be. And it got pretty awful. And player pool is pretty low right now, and player engagement is also very low. And you know, if you enter this, you have to do it with the mindset that, you know, most of your matches aren't going to be a whole lot of fun, you know, because I couldn't even get a team to stay. And honestly, if you look at the leaderboard there, any match where I'm the lead scorer, that team's in trouble because I am not a good player. I make a lot of dumb choices. I just happen to look good there. Got a little bit luckier. The setup is strong. You know, I'm working towards something that's actually more amenable to at least 6s. But I'm not ready for prime time under any circumstances. And so, yeah, things aren't real solid in PvP or Destiny 2 for that matter right now. But this is a work in progress. I'm going to keep at it. I've got nothing better to do. Retired guy. I might as well, you know, work at getting better at this. So, with that said, progress. You know, had some good matches, a few today, mostly bad, but a few good ones, and this was, of course, one of the better ones. So, expect more videos. With that having been said, this is Iron Bill, thanking you for watching, and I'm signing out.